morning, trucking humans. Regards from Maven, Wicklow. Woohoo!
All right, you absolutely cracking cucumbers. I keep looking at that bloody screen on the side there, but I should be looking at the lens. So, my good friend Pikey from Rafa in Australia sent me these Rafa shoes because he was embarrassed that I'm still riding around after 3 years with these bad boys. But the truth is, long-term review, these things are amazing, dude. So basically, the only thing that's gone wrong with these shoes is the sole has fallen off. Sorry, not the sole, this stopper thing. See these where you walk around on your heels? Anyway, so that came off, so I glued a few things on and da-da-da. But the thing that I glued on fell off as well. So essentially these are done. It's time for the bin.
Mate, initial thoughts, this thing is fucking easy to get into. It is just perfect. Right size for you as well, I would think. Just amazing. And this Pertex Microlight fiber, I mean, I was overheating in there. Hello. Yeah, it was so warm. Love the colours, by the way.
So it's really light. It's their light version of the... What version is that?
Well, let's find out, Mark. Today, I just love the colours. The fibres are just touching my skin in ways that I never thought possible.
Are you taking a sleeping bag?
No. Are you sleeping? Mate, this is a race to the death. This is very warm. I mean, it's synthetic down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
So, which is great because if it gets wet, it'll dry quicker. If it's like duck down and animal down, it fails a bit. But synthetic down, if you ever get synthetic down jackets, I mean, if you ever want a down jacket, get a synthetic down jacket. Don't use animal fibers. Yeah. It's just... Obviously, you know, if you're concerned about animals, it's a good thing. But also, you know, the synthetic stuff's actually much better. And if it gets wet, it still keeps you warm. And it dries out a lot quicker and it doesn't fail as much. And, you know, a million baby ducks didn't die in the creating of your warmth. This thing's cost me so much money. Yeah. I mean, you know how expensive it is.
It's so expensive. I just spent $300 on bits. Oh, like I just went onto Wiggle and just bought like... I had to buy a few things. So I had to buy a cassette, I had to buy a chain. And
all these little things.
It's like, it's just adding up. Bang, bang, bang. I'm like,
how much have you budgeted for food?
Well, you know, food is going to be out of control.
$4,000, guys. You get across into the desert and they just go, no one is going to help you here, my brother. You want some water? You want a little piece of a hamburger? It's gonna cost you $90 and it's gonna take 3 hours to prepare. I can see how that would work because you don't really need anything lower than your quad.
No, well that's fine.
Look at those things; they barely fit on the mat.
Right. Go in there. That is my sleeping arrangements. That's pretty good.
It's not often I'm rendered speechless.
I think I've been here maybe 30 times to this place. We've got Jesse Carlsson over the back there. The boys are sort of all sitting around the room. But look at this, I wanted to show you something. This is the main man's bike. Check this bad boy out. Did you make this?
Well, yeah, most of it.
Most of it? So, Jesse.
What do you want to know?
Are you going to give away any trade secrets here, or are you going to keep it all under wraps, or what's going on?
Oh, what do you want to know? It's just a bike. You know, we're just going for a long ride, hey?
This is going to be so interesting. So, great setup. Talk us through just the basic setup that you've got there, without, you know, before we go into other stuff that you're going to attach to it.
Yeah. But we've got, I think, 15 guys in the race in the IndiPac riding on curved bikes. So, yeah, when I got time to try to organise my bike, we wouldn't have been able to get one in time because we were more focused on getting everyone's, all our customers sorted for the race.
Yeah.
So anyway, got a CXR out of stock, and that's what I'm riding.
Nice.
So I got it set up with deep dish wheels. So 55 mil at the 55 mil at the front, 70 at the rear.
Yep.
And yeah, maybe I'll go a full disc at the rear. I don't know. Not sure. But
Trolling. Hashtag trolling.
But yeah, just it's crossbite setup. I've got 1x11 on there as well. With a, what have I got? 44 at the front, an 11/42 at the back. But Liam smashed off the 42 granny ring and replaced it with a 44. So we'll see how that works. Hope it's not too creaky. But anyway, we'll see. Got some tusks on the front, aero bars, just for another position. It's not ultimate aero position, but it's really just another position for comfort. But it does get you in a slightly more aero posi. Yeah, more robust tyres than I would normally run if I was just heading out on a day ride. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, dynamo hub, which is pretty important, I think, for these races. You don't have to worry about stopping to recharge things. You can just keep riding and charge as you go. And your lights run straight from the dynamo as well. So that's a huge benefit, not having to stop to charge.
Okay, can you plug your phone in?
Yeah. So you can plug your phone into charging devices and charge your phone as well.
How many USB ports do you have to charge out of that setup?
I only just have one to charge. Yeah, because I'm usually just running. I'll carry a little cache battery as well, and so I'll run my devices. So I'll charge them from the cache battery. Cache battery gets charged, and I'll run devices from the cache battery. Yeah. So yeah, mostly it's just I'm only worried about my phone when I'm riding because that's my alarm clock and sound system.
Is that?
So yeah, I'll make sure I've got charge in the phone because if you don't have an alarm clock, that's like the worst thing in the world. If you didn't have an alarm clock, that'd be critical. Okay. Yeah, it's crisis.
Okay. You mentioned in a blog post, an Instagram post the other day that you wanted people to think about water. You mentioned 10 litres of water. I've heard you mention 5 litres of water, but I think you've upped the ante on the 10 litres. Really people should be looking at the course because there's some massive stretches of road there where people are going to be stuck and they're going to run into problems if they don't carry enough water. What are you carrying for? I mean, and are you going to carry a backpack?
I don't know yet. We've got to finish the logistics planning first. I like to do the planning quite thoroughly, and then when I finish that, then I'll work through what I'll need in terms of water, and then pack accordingly. But I think I've been just putting the word out there to people. There's some really experienced endurance racers in WA at the moment who've been out on course, not even on the Nullarbor yet, just out towards Coolgardie, and they've been carrying 6 litres and running out of water and having to ride 40 kilometres without water. And so I shared one of those on the race page, I think, on Instagram yesterday, because people just need to think about it. Mm-hmm. So they should be doing it anyway, but I thought I'd, just do my bit to help prod people a little bit to start thinking about this stuff. It's not your ordinary everyday ride. People will go out and start this thing, and they'll learn that. They'll find it. They'll get through it if they're tough enough. But it's one of those things where you do have to do your planning. You'll benefit from the planning. Look at those stretches, work out the gaps. Look at the services that are around. It's fine to go, okay, there's 190 Ks between those two towns, but what happens at that town, the other end? What's there? Is there a service station? Is it 24 hours? Does it close at 6? Is it open on Sunday? Those sorts of things. So that gap of 190 Ks can turn into 400 if that service station isn't open. So time of day is critical, understanding what's out there is critical. So yeah, I think it's just a matter of riders doing their planning. Otherwise they might have to just stop for a while and wait. Yep. So.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. There'll be a lot of people sort of entering the race. There's 80 people. Do you imagine there'd be a huge chunk, we were talking about this yesterday, a huge chunk of people pulling out in the first 1,000 Ks, 4 days?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think these races, when they're a bit smaller, I think the attrition rates were higher. So you'd you'd have a lot more people pulling out. But I think nowadays when these fields are a bit bigger, what might happen is people are riding together at roughly the same pace.
Yeah.
So while they might not be drafting, groups of around about the same pace might form. And if that's happening, you don't want to be the guy who's going to pull out, right? So I think that means that more people will probably finish. So I don't know. I was thinking this the other day. I was thinking maybe 50% might get through.
Yeah.
But in terms of early on, I think usually that's when people will pull out. It's in the first few days when things start to get tough. After maybe 3 days, you get a lot of people pulling out then, when their kind of expectation of how they thought it would turn out doesn't really match reality.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You can be the strongest rider in the world, but after a few days, it's not too much about riding. So you could be able to bash out, 200 Ks in 4 hours. Imagine that. That'd be awesome. But you get to that service station and it's shut. You don't have any food on you. It opens in 12 hours time. Doesn't matter how fast you are. If you don't have any fuel, you're not going anywhere. So
yeah.
So riding's one part of the puzzle.
Yeah. So when these crew are riding together, obviously there's going to be a bit of drafting, isn't there? How do you feel about that? Do you think they'll,
Oh, the rules are there. I mean, you've got to ride this under your own steam, the full course. But back in the field, if people are out there drafting, having a good time, they've kind of self-selected into more of a touring category. They're not racing, so maybe they'll finish the ride, get across the other side, but they're not racing as solo riders. It's sort of more of a it's like a gruppetto banding together just to get to the end, if you know what I mean. But if you're racing, you're out there doing it on your own steam, fighting for your position all the time, that sort of thing. But it's fine. Like, great friendships will form out there. I'm sure people will ride together, and maybe they'll draft, or maybe they'll just ride side by side. So back in the field, who really cares? They're just having a good time doing something pretty cool, riding across the country.
We take off from Fremantle.
Yep.
There's probably going to be quite a few people that are there, spectators who are going to want to ride out with us. Are you happy for them to join us and ride on the back, or what's the story? What should they do?
Oh, it'd be awesome. I've already had a bunch of people get in contact to say, hey, can we roll out with you guys? And that'd be cool. Yeah, totally cool.
Okay.
So that'd be a great send off for the riders as they head off to the other side of the country. So we'll kind of roll out pretty early, 6 o'clock from South Mole Lighthouse in Fremantle on the 18th on Saturday. And then the course is pretty flat, a few rollers, and until we hit the Perth Hills, then there's a couple of hills that'll just blow the field to bits, and then it'll probably be on after that. So it'd be great to see some people out there.
All right, mate. Well, I'll see you Thursday night in Perth. For another beer.
Absolutely. Yeah. Come on down to that too. By all means, it's going to be a night. We'll have a bit of a sign-on board for the riders. Every big race needs a sign-on board.
So where is it?
I think it's the local hotel in Perth, but we'll put details up on the Facebook page, the event page.
So anyone's welcome.
Anyone's welcome to that. Absolutely. It'd be great to see people down. Be a good chance to meet some of the riders as well. I know there's a lot of dot watchers out there who are keen fans of some of the riders like Juliana and Christoph and Mike and some of these guys. So it'd be a good opportunity to meet them before they start to blow each other apart.
Good stuff. All right, mate.
Cool.
See you then.
Thanks.
G'day, you cracking humans. Welcome to the IndiPac Wheel Race farewell party.
You've just got to do it. You have to do it for yourself to see what you're made of. If you don't push your limits, how will you know where they are?
Absolutely.
And if you don't hit that wall, how will you grow?
That's right.
You've just got to do it, and it's going to take you, whether it breaks you or whether you complete it, it's going to make you into a better person. Absolutely. And you said you've got your why. You haven't shared that. I'm interested, but
I've got my what?
You've got your why.
Yeah.
You've got your reasons.
So explain that. What do you mean?
I always believe if you have a why, he who understands the why will accept any how. And if you have a why, if it's strong enough, especially if it's bigger than you, you'll accomplish anything. There's not anything that will get in your way to stop you from getting your goals and your dreams. Especially if that is bigger than yourself.
How much water do you take?
What pressure are they running?
Yeah.
Let it
But I won't say much. I just wanted to thank everyone for coming along.
So Nick has just come up with the most amazing idea for my IndiPac. Talk to me, Nick.
I'm now going to hit this brand up for pimping their wares, but it is a wind power generator. You set it up, you fixate it onto the ground so it doesn't blow away. You charge your mobile phone, which you'll need, and or you can. It's got a USB attachment. It's got a battery that you charge. It's going to be your portable power source.
Is it light? Is it light?
It's light. It folds up. It's like a kite. Maven, it can power your battery for your bike.
Cold?
I don't know.
Don't tell anyone else.
No one will know. No one will know. Do not
What
watch
do you
this.
girls think? Do you think I should do this?
Definitely a good idea.
Definitely gotta get my hands on it. Definitely a winner.
Do you know this product?
I don't think it exists.
I got here about 20 minutes ago because guess what I did? I rushed out of here. I was at Chapman Freeborn working my little ass off, and then I dropped the speckled princess as I was running out the door. I bent the rear mech. And then I had to sing a few songs. You know how you have to 1, 2, 3 to 10? Rhino has to sing songs. So I sang songs. And I finally calmed down and I got here and then people were trying to talk to me and I was very rude. I was like, gotta go see Wendy. She's a super fan. She's got something for me. What did she give me? And this is because I was moaning and walking in the street. Oh, Wendy, where are they? She got me tissues. This woman is a comedian.
Getting good photos of me?
Excellent. The best.
What the hell is
I
that?
gave you hair.
What is that?
Apparently, from a reliable source, who drinks a lot
Yeah.
and makes it through, I don't know, 120-kilometre rides the next day.
Yep.
This is the bee's knees.
So what is it? What do you do with it?
You take, for best results, take 2 to 3 capsules prior to the consumption of alcohol. Do not take on an empty stomach.
I can't take
I
that.
may have taken alcohol.
I've already drunk alcohol.
That's okay. That's okay. How many have you had?
I've had like 10 beers.
I had these. Have you had 10?
Yeah, well,
You better
mate.
get these in you right now. Come on, there's one.
So what do you do?
One.
Yes, please.
Here, please have a shampoo.
Silly bum Marianum fruit. I mean, what the?
What is it?
Silly bum Marianum.
All right.
But essentially, you know how alcohol strips your body of all of those essential minerals, and you wake up with like this, you know, the brain fuzz, the fog. This kind of eliminates that. So we're told. So I'm testing it.
Is it like
Testing
Barocca?
it.
Is it like Barocca?
Barocca?
What's Barocca?
No, Barocca's like a multivitamin. This is
Okay.
like
Next level.
next level, bro. Next level.
Come on. Don't be shy.
We'll be in it.
Come on.
We love it. We love
There
it.
you
What's
go.
it like all the time?
So you watch the vlog?
Oh, like all the time. Like put it on the TV as well, so we get on the 50-inch.
Do you?
Yeah.
Also, are you both cyclists?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got into road cycling last year.
Last year.
So you've been doing it a year?
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
she loves it. So starting to get climbing. Getting up in King Lake and
You'd
stuff.
be a you'd be a little climber. Are you good? Are you getting into racing?
No, I'm not getting into
She loves a good
racing.
t-shirt like her, right? You know,
Really?
Tour de Burbs in a t-shirt. Yeah,
cool.
love it.
Awesome.
Just love cycling. I mean, that's the thing with her. So.
I am. It's stuff like this is which really gets me excited when I see like Harley's videos and your videos as well, and people start talking about it. It's when it gets spoken about is when it gets fun.
Yeah.
When people at like work or your family ask about it, you're like, oh yeah, it's like a real chore. But when you see people's faces really light up about it, you know this is going to be bigger than anyone can imagine.
What are you drinking?
Coke Zero. All my stomach muscles are internal, so I just look skinny fat. It's really important. I have nice titties though, but yeah.